A.J. Smith, a longtime NFL executive who was the winningest general manager in Chargers history, died. He was 75. His son, Atlanta assistant general manager Kyle Smith, announced his father's death in a statement released by the Falcons. Kyle Smith said his father had been battling prostate cancer for 7 years. A.J. Smith spent 35 years in the NFL, beginning as a part-time scout with the New York Giants in 1977. He had 2 stints with the Chargers, first as pro personnel director in 1985-86. After 14 seasons with the Buffalo Bills, where he rose up the ranks to director of player personnel, Smith returned to San Diego as assistant GM in 2001. He was promoted to general manager in 2003 following the death of John Butler. The Chargers won 5 division titles during Smith's 10 seasons as GM. The franchise's 98 wins, including the playoffs, were the 6th most in the league from 2003-12. He was a great mentor to many comics, was a great comedy show host, which is the toughest job in comedy because you have to support and let others shine, and was very involved with local charities, Scroggs said. Rudy Moreno, the godfather of Latino comedy, dies at 66 following hospitalization. Moreno died Friday evening following a recent hospitalization, his agent Mark Scroggs and son Nathan Rueda confirmed to USA Today in an email Sunday. Moreno died of complications from a stroke and sepsis, Rueda said. The comedian, who was hospitalized April 24th, had also suffered a bout of pneumonia and kidney failure in the days leading up to his death. He put up a gritty fight and did all he could, Moreno's son added. He was a great mentor to many comics, was a great comedy show host, which is the toughest job in comedy because you have to support and let others shine, and was very involved with local charities, Scroggs said. Legendary B-movie king Roger Corman, who directed and produced hundreds of low-budget films and discovered such future industry stars as Jack Nicholson, Martin Scorsese, and Robert De Niro, has died. He was 98. Corman died at his home in Santa Monica, California, surrounded by family members. Corman's empire, which existed in several incarnations, including New World Pictures and Concord New Horizons, was as active as any major studio and, he boasted, always profitable. He specialized in fast-paced, low-budget genre movies, horror, action, science fiction, even some family fare. And his company became a work-and-training ground for a wide variety of major talents, from actors like Nicholson, Little Shop of Horrors, and De Niro, Boxcar Bertha, to directors like Francis Ford Coppola, Dementia 13, and Scorsese, Boxcar Bertha. Former Fremantle and Greater Western Sydney forward Cam McCarthy has died, age 29. McCarthy, who played in the AFL from 2014-2020, was found dead at Lake Coogee in Perth on Thursday evening. Both clubs confirmed the former player's death on Friday afternoon. The death is being treated as non-suspicious, WA police said in a statement, adding a coronial report will be prepared. The West Australian-born footballer was drafted by GWS with pick number 14 at the 2013 National Draft. He played 21 games for the Giants before leaving the Sydney club at the end of the 2015 season, citing mental health issues and homesickness. After failing to engineer a trade to Fremantle for the 2016 season, McCarthy stood out of AFL football before being picked up by the Dockers. The talented forward played 49 games for Fremantle in 4 seasons from 2017 before being delisted at the end of the 2020 season. During his last season in the AFL system, McCarthy was diagnosed with epilepsy after collapsing at training. Overall, the talented forward played 70 AFL games and kicked 99 goals. Mark Damon, who starred in the Vincent Price horror classic House of Usher and spaghetti westerns before revolutionizing the foreign sales and distribution film business, and producing features including 912 Weeks Monster and Lone Survivor, has died. He was 91. Damon died of natural causes in Los Angeles, his daughter, Alexis Damon Ribot, told The Hollywood Reporter. Damon spent the first 20 years of his career as an actor, including about a dozen as a leading man in Italian action movies, before he transitioned to the business side. He had early success as an executive producer with 2 movies written and directed by Wolfgang Petersen: the German-language World War II drama Das Boot, 1981, which received 6 Oscar nominations, and The Never-Ending Story, 1984. a big-budget fantasy film that featured a Damon commissioned score by Giorgio Moroder for non-German audiences.